Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this week's installment of our video series. We're going to be talking today about the 4 things that someone should consider before putting in an offer when purchasing property. And I have Anna here, and we're both with Best Results Realty Group out of Austin. Anna?
Hi, today.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm excited about this one because there have been a lot of offers going on. A lot of people are buying at the late end part of the year. So this is a great topic that we're doing.
Yes. So when people are thinking of putting in an offer, it's a very emotional thing. If you're doing this for the first time or even the second time, it's just a big purchase, right? When we're talking about real estate. So
Yeah.
even if you're an investor, you're always thinking, oh my gosh, what kind of risk am I taking? And is this a good deal? But what are the 4 things, if we would just pick 4? I mean, there are more than 4 things, but what are the 4 things that you would think that a person should consider when they're purchasing for personal use?
Okay, so we had talked about, first of all, you had just mentioned, are you sure that you want to purchase the house? Is this something for an investment, or is this for personal use? And how strongly do you feel about that house? And so this is very important because you're going to be entering into a possible contract and you need to be ready to fulfill it. And so that's something to very much you want to consider. And the second thing would be regarding, are you ready to put in the offer that may be accepted? Are you working with somebody? What kind of loan are you getting? Does your agent know the market really well to put in a good offer, something that they will be attracted to and the seller would accept? That would be number 2. Are you working with someone? And when you do put in the offer, making sure that it's working. The third thing would be there is some time commitment. So regarding your calendar and the schedules, are you available to do the walkthrough, the inspection, be at the closing table? A lot of people like to go out of town. And so if you are planning on being out of town during the 30-day time period it takes to close, who would you have taking care of those commitments and those deadlines? It's really important that we meet those because they are on the contract. And the fourth thing is once the offer is made, you have a cost. You have to pay for the offer. Basically, it's called earnest money. You're saying, I'm very serious about putting in this offer and I really want to buy. So you give 1% of the offer price. And then you also give an option fee, which is a couple of $100. And those 2 fees are paid within the first 3 days that you put in that offer. There's a hard deadline on that. In the meanwhile, other offers could be coming in, and that actually stops the seller from committing to anyone else once they sign your offer. They could be a backup offer, but that would secure that house under your name. So being ready for your earnest money and your option fees, and definitely getting an inspection is something that we would always recommend. So inspections run about $500 to $700. So add that into your budget for purchase. And then, of course, once we get closer to the closing, you need to have your down payment. So making sure that you have the monies reserved for those time periods and to meet those deadlines is important.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot, right? It looks like it's just making an offer. Like it sounds like something you could just do and just back out. But sometimes people get stuck, right? Because they already got excited and made an offer over their actual budget, which is going to be a video that we'll be doing later, talking about how you budget. So we're not specifically going into details about the math in this particular video, But it is important to recognize that when you're making an offer, the moment that it gets accepted, the clock starts.
Exactly.
Offer
And a good
gets
agent will keep track of those deadlines and make
Mhm.
sure that you hit those deadlines before they expire. Because if they do expire or you don't meet those deadlines, the contract is in default and there could be a cost for that. Also, if you change your mind during the option period, which is about 7 to 10 days, and you say, "Yeah, know what? I changed my mind. I don't want this house after all." The option fee is not returnable. So the few
Yes.
$100s that you paid, it stays with the seller. So
That's not refundable, so you can't just go around making offers, 10 offers in 1 month or 2 months and backing out, because then that would accumulate and it would add up to like $2,000 to $300,
right,
$3,000 by the
right.
time you
When we
back
had
out.
that buying craze and all these investors were scooping up all the homes in Austin, they were putting offers on 10 homes and
Right,
knowing that they're going to lose several $100s on all of them just to make that one purchase that, makes a really good investment.
right,
So,
right.
yeah,
And for an investor, it might be worthwhile because they're already very careful and conservative on the other numbers. So
right.
maybe they know how to work it. But for individuals, it's generally not a good idea to be putting multiple offers in. It's
Right,
much better to know the property that you truly want or narrow it down to two or three, and then make offers. Okay.
right. Because what
So
if both
yeah,
of those homes are accepting your offer? Then you're under
right.
contract for 2 homes.
Right, right. So
So,
you don't
yeah,
want to do them simultaneously regardless. You'll do them consecutively and pick the one, your first choice, sort of like how you were doing your college prep and trying to get into colleges. You pick your first choice and your second choice and your third choice.
right.
And you shoot for your first choice first. The only other thing that I would add is also think about logistics. So if you are going to make an offer and there's going to be a closing, most of them take place within 45 days. Am I right?
About 30 to 45, yes.
30 to 45 days. So you should already be considering what you need to clean up where you are, what loose ends need to be tied up. Maybe you have a lease somewhere, or maybe you have another house that needs to be sold. So all those things have to be going on in the background. So make sure that you're thinking about that, because sometimes things take longer than we intend or would hope. So just have the plan and the backup plan. Because I
Definitely.
believe you were telling me that when you had moved the last time, you had to put some stuff in storage, right?
Yes,
At some
yes.
point. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that
The
happened.
storage units come in handy. Sometimes you can time it where you can move from one house to another on a weekend. But it varies, and you have to be prepared for those logistics, and your agent
And
can
cost.
can help you with that. And the cost, yes, for
Yes.
the storage or for paying rent and month-to-month rent. Yeah.
In two places. Like sometimes they overlap. So think about all those things. That's the only other thing I wanted to add. But I believe the most important factor is picking what you would feel bad if you would lose that deal. So what I mean by that is don't put offers on something that you could walk away from and never think about it again, because there will be another property that probably fits your needs better. And then, of course, make sure your offer package is attractive. And what goes into that will be the money factor, so the price, but that's not the only thing. The time also matters. If you can close quickly, then your offer might look more attractive to the sellers depending on their time frame. So your agent might be in a better position, if you have an agent, to find out, sort of like fish around and find out what's most important to this particular sellers. Is it time or is it money? So some people don't mind selling at a little bit of a lower price if the timing is right. And some people don't mind leaving the property on the market a little longer so they can get more money. So how do you find that out by yourself if you're working alone? Sometimes it's difficult to get that information, but agents typically know how to do that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's very helpful to know if there's urgency for the
Mhm.
seller or not. Yeah.
Of course, when it's properties that are in foreclosure status, everybody knows that time is of the essence. So those are different. And usually those would be motivated sellers. Outside of that, you just have to come with a good set of terms inside your offer while you're still getting a good deal. So that's where somebody like Anna comes in, because she can look at your proposed offer and help you tweak it in some ways that might be beneficial to you. Of course, there are many people that can do this on their own because they're very savvy. I believe that most people benefit from an agent helping them to just navigate the whole process of presenting that offer in the best light.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my thoughts.
I agree. I mean, the things that agents have access to are the number of days the home has been on the market, how many times it's changed. They've changed realtors. If people have like made an offer and bowed out,
Sure.
if 2 or 3 offers have been made and then they change their mind later, that's a red flag, and an agent
Right.
would know that. On the seller's disclosure form, if they say that they have
Mhm.
foundation issues, if they had flooding, if there was a fire previously, all of that stuff, we have access to find out on the forms that are uploaded, and also with our software system, we can get a lot of information.
Yes, I believe the agents have more access right away so that
Mhm.
there is no time lost and there is no surprise
Right.
after you've then made an offer. So I think it's beneficial for most people. Of course, again, you have the freedom to do whatever you like, but if you do need help or if you think you could benefit from a consultation, make sure to reach out to Anna. You could also reach out to me. I'm an attorney first and then an agent as well. So we do work in Austin and surrounding areas. Is there anything else we should share before we end this video?
If you're wondering what I have behind me, it's my paintings. So um, I'm the artist agent. If you have any questions at all, and you're looking to find representation to make sure that you're not missing anything, and to make sure that this purchase is a good investment and not something that's going to take a lot of money and repairs and so forth, you're more than welcome to call us.
Absolutely. And we'll be doing another video on budgeting so that we can talk about all those numbers. You can have your spreadsheet ready, and that way you feel more confident when you're going in making offers, and you feel more comfortable in the end, because the property itself, you purchase that, of course, there'll be additional costs once you make your move. Everybody fixes things, or they buy furniture or different things. So all of that we'll cover in another video. So thank you guys for joining us today. I hope that you've learned something from this video, and we'll be seeing you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Have a
And
wonderful weekend. And remember, at Best Results Realty, we work for you.